Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. For those of you who don't already know me, I'm Cristina Diaz-Andino, Diageo's Chief Marketing Officer. I will be joined today by my colleagues, Deborah Crew, President North America and Global Supply, Sam Fisher, President Asia Pacific and Global Travel, and Alvaro Cárdenas, President Latin America and Caribbean. Ivan has touched on brand building as something that defines us. Brand building is, in many ways, our most important capability. Much of the value we create as a business, above and beyond our amazing liquids, comes from the identity and meaning we make for our brands, for today and for the future. Brand building is fundamental to driving our business. It's how we recruit and re-recruit consumers. We put our brands at the front of consumers' minds and make it as easy as possible for them to buy them. Let's start by looking at some of our exciting brand building work across our portfolio and around the world. Today, I'll show you how we're building leading brands that deliver sustainable long-term growth. I will demonstrate how our success in brand building comes from our combining of our superior understanding of consumers with brilliant creativity. I will also cover how we use tools and data analytics to determine how and where we deploy our marketing with precision. This precision ensures that we can connect with the right consumers at the right time, in the right place, with the right message. We're then going to take a short break. After that, I will show you some of the exciting ways in which we're using these capabilities to effectively reach our consumers in a digital and omnichannel world, as well as our cutting-edge innovation. Finally, you'll see how we combine our marketing with best-in-class commercial execution to convert the consumer at the point of purchase. Let's start with what we mean by our superior consumer understanding. The consumer is at the heart of our business. You cannot be a great marketeer unless you understand people and recognize what drives them, motivates them, and what is important to them. This makes a deep understanding of consumers the foundation of brand building. We use our proprietary tools and data to get a full picture of our consumers. Over the last few years, we have strengthened our ability to interpret and harness that data and deepen our consumer understanding. These powerful insights guide our marketing teams. We've developed a breadth of tools to understand consumer motivations and behaviors based on both their current and future context. These are a few of the key ones. We use our consumer choice framework to give us insights into occasions. It does this by surveying 200,000 people across 64 markets about the factors that drive their choices in moments of consumption. We collect detailed data at scale to understand where, when, and why consumers are enjoying our products. Our Foresight tool acts as an early warning and diagnostic system for consumer trends. It combines qualitative and quantitative data with AI-driven social listening. It helps us identify, monitor, and anticipate shifts in socialization which impact the brands and products consumers choose. These insights can inform new ways to market our existing brands or inspire new product innovation. Catalyst, our marketing optimization tool, enables our teams to evaluate what is working and not working so we can be agile in deploying our resources behind our best performing activities. We have embedded it into our planning process and continuously augment it to include more data points, giving us a faster, more in-depth understanding of the efficiency and effectiveness of our spend. The increased marketing effectiveness enabled by Catalyst has driven over £400 million incremental gross profit since fiscal 17. The insights generated from these tools enable us to lead rather than follow trends. I want to share two great examples with you of where we have done this. The first is luxury. The second is tequila, both important growth areas for us. Taking luxury first, as you saw from Ivan, in the spirits category, the super premium and above segments have been the fastest growing price points for 10 years as consumers choose to drink better, not more. We expect growth in the luxury category to be sustained by long-term tailwinds of income, growth, and premiumization. We have the privilege of working with some of the finest luxury spirit brands in the world. They are valued by consumers and valuable to our business. We have built our portfolio and crafted our marketing to leverage this breadth and diversity. We used our data and tools to identify the need for a dual approach to the luxury marketplace. Core to luxury brands are high net worth individuals, the 55 million consumers with wealth above $1 million. In addition, there is a wider audience of approximately 600 million aspiring luxury consumers globally who are starting their journey in luxury and will continue to trade up over time. For high net worth individuals, we have gained insights into the most effective way to bring our brands to life. We understand the role that social media, influencers, and brand advocates play in creating desire for rare and exclusive products. So we create bespoke content with the right influencers. We know that they are heavy consumers of digital content, so we use brand stories to engage with them online in one-to-one relationships. And we link this to personalized brand experiences, both online and offline. We know they expect access to highly curated and exclusive experiences. Our brand homes, such as Brora, Talisker, and now Johnnie Walker Princess Street, provide us with the ability to deliver them. We recognize high net worth consumers have high standards for brands and how they look. So we create exquisite packs and flawless virtual merchandising. In markets like China and the US, we are launching new consumer-led engagements. These include personalized gifting experiences and membership programs to reward loyal consumers. Here's Sam Fisher to share how our approach to one-to-one consumer engagement is coming to life in Asia.
Thanks, Christina. In Asia, rising consumer wealth is driving growth in the luxury market, and in particular, the expanding middle class in China continues to be a source of scale and growth for luxury brands. The region is also leading the way in setting digital trends and pushing the blurring boundaries of online and offline. One of our initiatives in response to this has been to extend our existing Rare and Exceptional platform to be online. Diageo Rare and Exceptional is our exclusive platform for engaging with high-end luxury connoisseurs and collectors. We have historically had great success with our in-person events, including immersive brand education experiences. However, we now have built on this with the launch of DiageoRareandExceptional.com to extend this personalised consumer experience online. The launch has helped us to significantly grow brand awareness, with traffic to the site up by 40%, and our repeat purchase rate has been almost 40%. The e-commerce platform has also driven growth in the Rare and Exceptional private client business, and many digital-first customers have also applied for offline mentorship. As Christina said, luxury consumers like content that is tailored for them. And in Asia, one of the ways we are responding to this is by working with spirits experts and influencers to create engaging and immersive online experiences. This video shows a fantastic example of content we created with Sam Liu, one of our wonderful whisky ambassadors. Sam recently toured our brand homes in Scotland and interviewed our community of Scotch makers. And from that visit, he produced bespoke videos in Mandarin, which we are now using in creative ways to bring a bit of Scotland to our luxury consumers in China. This content was also used last week for Singles Day, which is the single biggest online sales day in the world. We will do the same for Double 12, which is held on December 12th, another important online shopping day in China preceding Chinese New Year.
Thanks, Sam. It's fantastic to see our luxury marketing work in China. In our other scale luxury market, the US, we see luxury category evolving. Our tools have enabled us to understand how a new generation is reshaping luxury. The traditional world of luxury, which was about history, heritage, craftsmanship, and rarity, still exists. However, another world has come to the fore. It invites new consumers into a more modern, youthful, inclusive, and dynamic world. By recognizing this evolution, we have been able to position our portfolio for success in this space and to deliver strong growth for our key luxury brands. This video will show you how we think about this evolving world and luxury consumer groups in the US.
Luxury isn't what it used to be. The modern luxury consumer is infusing the category with a new spirit that places cultural values above price points. This shift can be distilled down to 3 truths. Luxury buyers are becoming younger. 55% of luxury spend will come from millennials and Gen Z by 2025, as they become the wealthiest age group in modern history. Diversity defines these generations. Nearly 60% of buyers purchasing luxury products are multicultural, who have more buying power and influence than ever before. Not all luxury buyers are wealthy. 33% of consumers consider themselves luxury buyers. Aspirational luxury consumers will save up, trade up, and splurge for quality. And when it comes to brands, the drivers of choice are rooted in self-definition. The spirit lover seeks quality liquids that speak to their status as a connoisseur. They look for craftsmanship, history, age statements, and rarity when making selections. The luxury lover is motivated by status. Brands they love are meant to be displayed, often sitting on the high end of price and desired by this consumer based on covetability and association alone. The liberation lover is fueling redefinition, driven by purpose and immersed in culture. Their reverence pulls them towards brands who have an energy of collaboration, design prowess, and a willingness to push boundaries at their core. These consumers are increasingly looking for seamless online shopping experiences to make their luxury purchases across categories. And within spirits, the number of brands they have to select from continues to grow.
As you saw from that snapshot, we have used our insight capabilities to understand the luxury marketplace and converted that deep understanding of our luxury consumer to ensure we connect with them. I'm excited by how we are marketing to luxury consumers in Asia, both online and offline. And in the US, our brands are well positioned to capitalize on the evolving shape of luxury. Let's move on to the second powerful example of how we harness our consumer insights, our tequila business in the US. I will now hand over to Deborah Crew to show you how we did that.
Thanks, Christina. I want to use the example of our tequila business in the US to demonstrate the power of our consumer insights. We were able to identify an exciting growth opportunity in tequila early on. And the decisive action we took based on our insights enabled us to build a leading portfolio in the fastest growing category in the US spirits market. Tequila had its strongest year yet in fiscal 21. Nielsen NABCA showed the sales value of the tequila category growing at 39%, while total spirits grew at 14%. As you heard from Ivan, by fiscal 26, we expect the tequila category to be number 2 in value after whiskey, delivering over 50% of incremental growth for spirits. Although the success of this category has surpassed even our own high expectations, we identified and prepared for the opportunity well ahead of time. And here's how we did that. Our consumer insights tools gave us an early indication of the tequila trend. Years ago, we saw tequila starting to take off in California. We were able to understand what was driving this trend and assess its sustainability. We saw that tequila consumption was being fueled by the growth in the Hispanic population in California. In 2010, 28% of California's population were Hispanic. They were drinking tequila and culturally influencing the broader population. By 2030, 1 in 5 Americans are forecast to be Hispanic, and by 2060, Hispanic is anticipated to be the U.S.'s ethnic majority. This insight made it clear to us that tequila had the potential to grow at scale. Also led by California, we saw consumers becoming more interested in well-being and therefore the ingredients of their drinks. We knew they viewed tequila as a clean, plant-based spirit made from agave. We saw it being talked about on social media as keto and South Beach diet friendly. We also saw consumers trending towards more casual day drinking and with food occasions. We knew that the range of tequila variants enabled it to flex across those occasions and day parts. It's a versatile liquid that can be mixed, blended, sipped, and stirred. Moreover, it pairs well with food, especially Mexican cuisine, which is one of the most popular in the U.S. Across all spirit categories, we saw that consumers were increasingly interested in brands with prominence, heritage, and craftsmanship. 50% of U.S. drinkers say they choose authentic items, and 1 in 5 will pay a price premium for it. Tequila is an authentic category that blends tradition and craft. Further, our data told us that consumers were looking to drink better, and we see that premiumization has accelerated. In fact, super premium and luxury tequila are now driving approximately 85% of category growth. Finally, consumers have increasingly sought brands that are culturally relevant to them and their lives. Beyond the Hispanic cultural influence, tequila has taken an influential role in celebrity-driven culture with increasing participation in celebrity-associated brands. We understood the emerging tequila trend and anticipated the growth to be sustainable. And that insight drove us to build a tequila portfolio that includes some of the best performing brands in the market. In fiscal 15, we took control of the remaining 50% of Don Julio, gaining full global ownership and management control of the brand and its supply assets. Then, at the end of fiscal 17, we acquired Casamigos, the fastest growing super premium tequila brand in the U.S., partnering with 2 of the founders, George Clooney and Randy Gerber. We also have exciting opportunities to scale De Leon and to develop Astral, our recent acquisition from Davos. Our consumer insights continue to fuel our marketing and our innovation against these great brands. We understand the importance to consumers of authenticity, mixability, and quality, and this underpins our brand building model for our ultra-premium brands Don Julio and Casamigos. With Don Julio, we bring to life the devotion that the founder, Don Julio himself, had for the craft of tequila making. With Casamigos, we reflect the passion and personality of George Clooney and Randy Gerber. Don Julio 1942 is leading the fast-growing luxury tequila segment with 36% market share. Our successful growth model reflects our in-depth understanding of what consumers value at a luxury price point. Don Julio 1942 is a high-quality liquid in iconic, desirable packaging, and consumer desire has been built through targeted on-premise display, influencer partnerships, and cultural collaborations. We have launched 2 new extensions, Don Julio Primavera, a limited edition reposado, and Ultima Reserva, which uses extra añejo tequila from Don Julio's final harvest. To give you a sense of just how desirable these brands are, Primavera, which regularly retails for $119 a bottle, has been selling on Drizzly for over $600 a bottle. Both variants are built on key consumers' insights. Primavera is perfect for the informal and mid-tempo occasions. Ultima Reserva delivers an authentic, incredible brand experience. And with their iconic luxury packaging, these bottles make beautiful and covetable personal gifts, which we know in these tumultuous times is highly motivational for consumers. I am really energized and excited by the potential of tequila in the U.S. By using our predictive tools, we were prepared for the category taking off, and our understanding of consumers has allowed us to build a powerful portfolio of brands with strong and unique positioning. In fiscal 21, our U.S. tequila sales grew 87%. This was more than twice the rate of the U.S. tequila category growth, driving significant market share gains. We are well positioned for continued growth.
Thanks, Deborah. I want to move now to show you how we activate against our consumer insights. We call this approach we take to these creativity with precision. This reflects the importance we see in both the art and the science of marketing. If consumer understanding is the engine of brand building, then creativity with precision is the fuel. Our portfolio includes some of the world's most famous brands, and those brands have been powered by memorable creative work since their inception. Creativity is inherent to what we do. We combine that creativity with precision, using our data, tools, and capabilities to deliver the right messages at the right time to the right consumers, and to make it easy for consumers to find our brands when, where, and how they want to purchase. This precision also includes the ability to interpret the drivers of our business, what's working and what's not working, and to use that knowledge to constantly optimize the business results of our marketing. One of the brands that I am most proud of for this is Baileys, where we have a truly amazing story. I will let you watch this come to life now.
Baileys is a great example of precision marketing and a digital transformation where the approach is already growing 8% CAGR from F18 to F21. It begins with our focus on establishing Baileys within the contemporary culture of treating and indulgence, a category forecast to grow by a third to £302 billion by F25. Consumers all around the world have changed how they feel about treating, embracing it as part of a balanced lifestyle. People are jogging and eating ice cream. The Baileys brand insight taps into these themes, acknowledging that in a difficult and disorientating world, we all need these moments of spontaneity and joy. By creating delicious content, Baileys has successfully established itself as a tasty treat, winning high reach and high relevance in the category. Whilst there are over 1 million tagged posts on Instagram, including Baileys, there are less than 15,000 tagging cream liqueur. Repositioning as a real adult treat has helped the brand drive relevance at a huge scale, with consumers adding Baileys to millions of posts within the indulgence space. Not to mention the 4.5 billion searches a year there are for treats that Baileys can now show up in. Creating lick-the-screen delicious content, alongside a strong and consistent brand world, consumers are inspired to get creative with Baileys all year round, helping deliver some of Diageo's strongest tracked ROIs. At the heart of the approach is social listening and search data analysis, which helped identify what people cared about most in treating and when they cared about it. This allowed Baileys to recruit new consumers with mouth-watering content relevant to the billions of triggers all year round. This precision approach allows the brand's work to extend across 4 key areas. This highly data-driven approach has resulted in ROIs 1.5 times the US Diageo social average and delivered Baileys' highest social ROIs ever. Beyond social media, a similar strategy was taken to refine the performance of the wider media investment. Through localised testing coupled with catalyst measurement, they saw early promise in scaling TV investment for Baileys beyond the holidays. This gave them the confidence to invest more broadly this year, resulting in some of their strongest ROIs on TV and expanded seasonality for Baileys. Additionally, through ongoing cohort testing in streaming platforms, they've been able to drive a 40% higher ROI versus non-targeted media. This approach can be adapted for individual markets, bringing locally relevant treats to life. In the US, Baileys Deliciously Light was able to lean into the trend of better-for-you options and daytime occasions through unique content and tasty serves that spoke to informed indulgence. Following indulgence online, the brand extended the treating strategy by launching brand stores on Amazon under their virtual treat bar platform. Consumers would discover delicious Baileys serves created by local influencers and could seamlessly click through to shop the recipes. In Germany, 97% of consumers viewing this Amazon content were new to the brand. In Spain, in August, the treat bar activity contributed to a pretty sweet 24% uplift in Baileys original sales. And with live social commerce forecast to drive over $131 billion in sales in China, the brand has put treating at the heart of retailtainment, partnering with top seller Wei Ya, who brought the Baileys brand, flavours and recipes to life in her own signature way for her live audience. A collaboration delivering sales of 20,000 units of Baileys strawberries and cream in just 2 minutes. That's a lot of Baileys to a lot of people in no time at all. Anchoring this entire digital ecosystem is Baileys.com, a platform that reaches over 3.3 million people looking for treatspiration. Through the addition of reactive recipe content, on-site search and search engine optimization enhancements, Baileys.com is now more discoverable than ever before, with 66% increase in Google first page visibility driving consideration amongst new audiences by ranking for more than 100 new non-branded keywords. Over the last 6 years, Baileys has implemented a digital transformation that has set it up to deliver effective, efficient growth drivers across platforms. Leveraging our learning, we have all the right ingredients in place to build on our results and deliver a show-stopping performance in the years to come.
As you can see, Baileys is successfully tapping into consumer insights and trends. It is creating amazing content and executing with precision. This keeps Baileys relevant, strong, and growing. So far today, I've set out our approach to brand building. I've demonstrated the power of our consumer insight tools, and I've shown you how our marketing teams use our consumer understanding to bring our brands to life in a way that connects with consumers. You also saw the precision with which we deploy our marketing. This is what ensures we are reaching the right consumers with the right messages at the right time and place. We are now going to take a short break. When we come back, I'll show you some of the exciting ways in which we're reaching our consumers and customers in an omni-channel world.